my grandfather, his name was Clark Morrell. He's the one that started the business, and that was back in 1924. He was a farmer, and at some point decided that wasn't his forte, so he had decided to sell the farm.
They had an auction, and he sold. My great-great-grandfather had sold off his, I can't remember what was all on there, but basically it was like 3 pigs, 4 cows, some small hand tools, some equipment, things like that, and then moved to town. And at that time they had started straightening barns and doing small residential projects.
Then my dad, Lynn Comstock, after World War II, came back and started working with him. And they did smaller homes and some very light commercial. At that time, they had 3 or 4 men total working together. And then in 1974, after I graduated from graduate school, I took a sabbatical for 6 or 7 months over in Europe, and was planning, I had been accepted to go to law school, and that was the plan. But while over there, I called back, and my dad told me that he had just bought a Bobcat, and that at that time was a big deal because we really did not have any equipment other than for a very small tractor and an old air compressor and a couple of old pickups. And I decided that I was going to come back, started working for him. We started in the basement of his home, and again, he had 3 or 4 guys working, and I was one of them. We didn't work during the wintertime because there were no enclosures and heaters like we have today. So it was a shorter construction season. In 1976, I incorporated, and shortly after that, we started doing a little bit larger light commercial and larger homes for some of the larger farms in this area. And that gradually expanded into trying to do larger commercial projects. Approximately 14 or 15 years ago, my son Michael graduated from college, I should say, and came back and started working with the business.
I had moved into the office more as a project manager role, and one of my first jobs that I managed as a project manager was in Park River at First Care Health Center up in Park River, North Dakota, and slowly transitioned from the civil side of our business more into the commercial. I did when I was younger. I'd obviously be out working, pouring concrete and setting steel and doing some more work or rough carpentry and things like that, precast. But primarily, my focus more changed to the commercial side of our business. And at that time, if I back up just a second, is roughly 90% of our work was hard bid work. And in 2015 or 16, we kind of started shifting into what we call as preferred work or value over price. So you got to give obviously the owner a value proposition on why Comstock and not somebody else to hire. So now obviously our book of business is 90% preferred work.
I think the significant things that have changed are, first of all, GPS layout of sites.
When I kind of first started running equipment, there was no, you had to do it all by eye and feel, and there was grade stakes put in the ground and numbers marked on them for cut and fills and things like that.
With GPS, it's far more accurate and faster. Heat and shelters is a huge thing. Back when I started, we essentially didn't have any. And now there's better products, better types of heating. And then the equipment itself. We had scaffolding when I started. Now we've got hydraulic forklifts, much safer and larger cranes, safer and much larger earthwork equipment. And as a result, the employees that work with that type of equipment, they're able to learn and become far more productive as a result of having that kind of equipment. Plus, it's much more safer for them. You know, when I started, it was dangerous. Construction still is, but it's not nearly as dangerous as it was when I started out.
And then you move on to the office side where estimating, project management, all that is just so way more fluid than it used to be. I mean, when I started here to do an estimate, you had a big book about this tall, and you had all these lines in here, and you had to write everything in there by division. Now, obviously, it's all computerized and softwares that handle that.
I think the key to our longevity and success has been the quality employees that have worked with us for many, many years. Recently, one of our key employees, Bruce Doctor, just retired after 50 years. We've got several that have been here for 35 to 40 plus years, and those people have extensive experience, and as a result, they're able to mentor other people that come to work with us. And so that's a key to ensuring the success, not only short-term but long-term of our business.
With the people that we've surrounded ourselves, whether they're obviously trade partners, material suppliers, owners representatives, etc., and as well as our staff and our team members here, I feel it's pretty basic when you look at when you're growing up through your life. When you surround yourself with the right people, things generally good happen and continue to happen.
What makes me most proud is I think back on all of the good employees that we've had, still have, and continue to garner.
What makes me the most proud about Comstock Construction is throughout the years, and I mean it can be even days at times, but it's to see people progress again professionally. I mean, maybe they couldn't have ran a job or couldn't have done a certain task the day before or the year before, and now they're up to, you know, completing that task solely by themselves and doing a great job about it. And it's not only for me, it's not only about their professional side, it's about their personal side on how they've done personally and how they've grown over the years or days or months, however you want to look at it. But that honestly truly brings me the most joy. I'd like us to obviously continue to grow as a company, and there's different, you know, measurements how you define growth, but obviously, you know, we want our people that belong here to continue to stay here. We want to have the right clients for us and have the right work that people feel good about coming here every day.
The majority of thanks for our success over the last 100 years has to go to the employees that we have working with us now and that have worked with us throughout the years.
I'd like to thank everybody, including our clients, our customers, our trade partners, as well as all of our team members and staff for a successful 100 years of business. We couldn't have done it without all of you.